to celebrate or to dedicate our love and our respect to the death of Sai Baba. Usually, when a person like Sai Baba dies or leaves the world, it's not because it's time for them to die. It's because it's time for them to leave. Because they have accomplished their mission. So, whichever way he died or he suffered, of course, at the end, because the suffering that he has at the end is as a result of all the kinds of suffering he has taken from the people, right? In other words, when he absorbed all of the sufferings of the people. So just like Christ, he said he died for your sins. So today we're going to do our dedication. I'm sure all of you have seen the movie Avatar. Okay, in the movie Avatar, what did you notice about the movie? What's the theme of the movie? This one girl has chosen this guy to save the Avatar race. Because these other people are coming to destroy the good people in the forest, the Avatar race. And so, in the movie Avatar, the guy was chosen as the one Avatar who will save the race of the Avatar for blue people. And so, one Avatar has been chosen among all the Avatars. But it's the same way we are on earth. Sai Baba is an Avatar. An Avatar means he is a chosen person to represent the saving of the human race. So he did say that in the video. So I came here to save the human race. Why? Because if you notice when Sai Baba came, that's around the 80s, the 70s, 80s, is when he got popular. It was when, in the deepest part of our history, when the world was in the darkest moment, communists was among the people, all the people were suffering from a lot of dictators and dictatorship and so on. And so all of that started, if you take all the years from year 100 to this present year, there are only 2 years that add up to number 9. Which is that? 1989 and 1998. That add up to 9. No other years add up to 9. So what happened in 1989? If you look back at history, you'll see that 1989 was the revolution of all the countries of communism. When all the communist countries became, most of them became democratic, except Cuba. Cuba was the only one that didn't become democratic yet. But all the other countries have become democratic in 1989. And around the same time, Sai Baba's movement started to get bigger and so on. And so this movement now is come to a conclusion, but not finished completely, but come to a conclusion with him just before 2012, which is when the change is going to take place now. So this is where an Avatar now has prepared the way into the new age. Because after 2012, people are going to think differently, they're going to be more aware, and the elements of the universe would have taught them a lesson. For example, people think nothing of the water. When I tell people go and pray in the sea, they said, what do we need to pray to the sea for? Well, the sea And the water is the most powerful element in the world. Look what it did with the tsunami. So remember the 5 elements: air, water, earth, and fire. So the water element is destroying through tsunami. The air element is destroying through hurricanes. Right? The earth element is destroying through earthquakes. So what's left next? Fire. The volcano is the fire. But we will have more of that. So it's important that we understand that all 5 elements are displaying their power before 2012. Why? Because the 5 elements need to tell man or tell humans that you are not no more powerful than us. We are more powerful than you. We are gods. So that's what Hindus worship, or they worship the elements, the gods, and so on. So Sai Baba has made people realize a lot more about consciousness. He's not a guru. Guru is different from avatars. Christ is an avatar. Right? But he said, just like Sai Baba, he says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one goes to the Father but by me. It means he's the guru. He's the teacher. I'm the shepherd, you're the sheep. So very simple. Same thing with Sai Baba. Notice that he died on Easter. Same day that Christ rise also. And he suffered also, just like Christ, through the dialysis machine, whatever, to show man that he's willing to die for them. Right? He didn't have to do all the healing. He didn't have to do all that. He didn't have to do the teaching. He didn't have to do, right? But he did it because he had love for mankind. So Sai Baba has made a mark in the world which cannot be forgotten, which is very, very strong. I remember Walter Mercado went to see Sai Baba, and when he went to see Sai Baba, he took his friend Garcia. They went to see Sai Baba together. So there's a long line, and Walter Mercado and his friend Garcia is standing in the line, and Garcia tells Mercado, why are you wasting time with this magic man? He's a magic man, he does magic. Why are you wasting time with this magic man? That Sai Baba is not real, he's just a magic man. And so during the line, a half a mile line, it's a long line. So then Sai Baba gets up from his seat and starts walking around the line and so on, talking to the people. And when he came to, about half an hour later, or an hour later, when he came to Walter Mercado and Garcia, he turns to Walter Mercado and says, close your hands. He closes his hands, and he taps it, and he says, open it, and he opens it, and there's 2 rings of Krishna, and so on. And so he bowed, and he took the blessing from Sai Baba to put on his ring, and then he came to Garcia. So he said, Garcia, put your hand like that. So he tapped Garcia's hand. He says, I'm a magic man. I do magic. Right? And he closed his hand, and when he opened his hand, there's pictures of his parents on the ring. So Garcia don't know what to do. He fell down and cried and took the blessing from Sai Baba. So, as you can see, there are so many stories that are proof that he's not magic man. Right? Maybe they can say he did a little magic with it, or he did a little magic. But how did he know the parents of Garcia to put him on a ring? So that's a miracle in itself. And so, when I went to Canada, about 10 years ago, I went to see this lady at her house, and she started crying. And she says, "Oh, Swami, I'm very happy you're here. You know, you finally came." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, I wrote a letter to Sai Baba about 3 months ago to tell him to send somebody to my house so that he can help me solve my problems." So when I came, I did work for her, and all her pains were gone and so on. So it's amazing. I had some interesting experiences myself. And then when I went to another guy's house, I sat on the sofa. He invited me in, sat on the sofa, and he started crying. And it's on video. He spoke about it on video one time. And I asked him why he's crying. He said, "Well, you know, I had a dream last night. I dreamed that Sai Baba came to my house and sat exactly where you were sitting in the same color clothes." So he was overwhelmed with emotion and so on. So the experience of Sai Baba, with many people who are devoted, who have a great heart, will see the connection that Sai Baba had with our Lord and so on. And he, you know, they took a picture of him, and he had a snake around his neck. When they took the picture and developed the picture, he had a snake around his neck, just like Lord Shiva, and the picture. And you know, to verify that, you can realize that he's the number 7, which is Lord Shiva also. So the avatars, so each one of us is an avatar. But here is remember in the movie, one of them was chosen to be the higher avatar, right, which was the guy and the girl. But they're all avatars. It's the same thing. You are all avatars. You go to avatarcode.com or the website, it tells you about your avatar. And so what happened now is that each one of you, you say, okay, it's life code. But it's really an avatar code. Because each one of you act like that avatar, which is the Lord, the Krishna, the deities. Right? Right? You know, Krishna as a baby could not sit still. He always moved around and wanted to do this, and when it was guess who born under Krishna? The Lucas here. We know he can't stay one place. Just like little Krishna. Little Krishna, when he was small, could not stay one place, and so on. He always wanted to jump about and move about, moving. So, I'm very smart, you're very smart. Krishna is a very smart kid and so on. So again, each one of us born under an avatar, and you act like that avatar. You know, all the people in Shiva, they always sit down and meditate like how Shiva is meditating. You know, they're always thinking, right? And then all the people who are Ganesh are very stubborn, very strong-headed, can't change very easily. You have to like take a truck to make them change. You gotta hit them with a truck. Okay, and then they will change. All the Brahmas, of course, you can't tell them what to do because they think they're the boss. You know. And so each one of us is an avatar. So an avatar is what you call like Lord Krishna, and he came in the form of man also.